The Scream by Dillon Drexler. I was lonely one night and in search for a fright, so out I went to feed the fear that lied within. Quick to my feet and fast into the night, while the blood rushed from my toes to my head, I remembered what that old fellow said. It was quite a scary story that made my bones chill. Oh, that story of the abandoned castle on the hill. Curious, and throwing caution to the wind, I decided to reject the many warnings from my old German friend. Listen, this is my story, and it is very true, so please don't go wondering. Please, this is my warning to you. I climbed up through the thicket, fog, and trees. Panting hard, I paused, putting my hands to my knees to breathe. But before I could recover and gain back my strength, I heard what sounded like a woman's scream. Alarmed, but not frightened, I followed it. Again, the scream. But now, to my surprise, I stood at the castle door. Had my adrenaline got the best of me? How did I get there? My mind poured. Thoughts like these continued in my head. How did I get past the gate? And was there a guard there in wait? Then the scream happened again, and the front door creaked open, and a man's voice said, "Come in." So I stepped inside, but to my surprise there was no one standing on the other side. No clocks on the walls, no tables, just this ugly old chair. I sat down on it for a moment and said, "Am I being scammed or schemed?" But then, from below, again, the scream. Jumping up out of my seat from below, again, the scream. As I creeped down those cellar stairs, oh, what will I find? Will I ever know whose scream this is that's piercing my soul? I tried my best to be quiet, but the last cellar step squeaked, and there in that moment I came face to face with the scream. Oh, that face is like something that's never been known before. So I turned and ran, bursting back open that cellar door. What seemed like forever, but in reality was not very far, I found myself sprinting fast through that castle yard. I continued running until I found shelter in the thick nearby woods, my mind now in torment from the face attached to that scream. Turning all around to find no one, I breathed a sigh of relief. After a moment or so of wandering through this unknown path, I stumbled upon a graveyard. Then I whispered quietly, "Please don't be a trap." There stood more headstones than I could count. They were all very old except for one that seemed new, and as I read the name I said, peculiar, that's my name too. At first I found it fascinating that there had lived another with the same name as me, until I read the date. My birth until this evening's eve. And then, again, the scream.